So this is, if anyone who tuned in the summer probably saw tomatoes in this tunnel. And so this is part of our project, trying to evaluate um, a rotational, a valuable, and also pest and disease less susceptible, I guess, crop to rotate with tomatoes. So tomatoes are currently the most high value crop per square foot you can put in a high tunnel. And for that reason, right, a lot of people just plant tomato, 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 and they may not rotate a great deal. This study is looking at potentially a non-related crop that you could put in a high tunnel and potentially break that disease cycle, pest cycle. And we're also looking at soil quality. So another component of using a high tunnel is that over time, fertilizer, soil nutrients build up to extremely high levels, and they can cause complications for fruiting crops, especially. So we're looking at, can flowers, you probably noticed we've got flowers in here. Can those take up those excess nutrients? Can those break the pest and disease cycle? So
Are these a little less taxing on the soil then? Like they don't require as much, or?
right.
Okay.
And so that's kind of what we're looking at. So we've got lettuce on one side of this tunnel, which you can't see. The camera is kind of,
Yeah.
that you already saw lettuce, you're done with lettuce. We've got lettuce on one side, and then we've got sunflowers here in the middle, 3 planting dates. So this first one right here, we've got some blooming already. And then we've got various different cut flowers on this side, cosmos, calendulas, zinnias, and ornamental amaranth. And so, yes, we're looking from a soil side, we're obviously looking at the quality of the flowers, how many we can produce in the fall. That's a question we didn't really know when we started this study. Can we get away with this, right? If we pull tomatoes out in August, or mid to late August, and we put flowers in, how many can we actually grow? We know we can do lettuce at that time, but what can we get away with otherwise? And then, yeah, are we still going to have these pests and disease issues with flowers? Maybe not the same issues, but still equally as challenging and as high maintenance. And can these flowers take up some of that excess soil nutrients and still produce what we need them to produce, right?
And this can go on pretty long. You were out until almost Thanksgiving last year?
Yes. So for my sanity, we stopped this at Thanksgiving. And so, believe it or not, the sunflowers of all the crops, it's kind of counterintuitive, are extremely cold hardy. And so with some row cover, these babies can go and go and go. And so these are pro cut sunflowers, and so they actually are not extremely daylight sensitive. They can produce actually pretty late into the fall, and unlike other sunflowers, these are one cut sunflower, one head. So you can see these are opening up already, and so this could be cut. If you were a grower and you were preparing for market, you could go ahead and cut this now, put it in water with a little bit of flower food, flower fertilizer, and in a day or two, it would be beautiful and perfectly open. So that's kind of the nice thing with flowers, is you can harvest them a few days early and still get away with taking them to your market, or if you're working with a florist, right? And they have pretty good base life when you harvest them a few days early. So you can get away with that. So we've got a white night, which is a really light yellow, and then we've got pro cut red, which is kind of a burnt orange, light red color. And you can probably notice here, many of these have not even produced, the reds have not even produced flower heads yet, whereas the yellows, the white nights are well on their way. We've already harvested some. So also something to look at, right, is different cultivars, different effects, different harvest dates, even though they were seeded at the exact same time. We're also monitoring relative humidity and temperature in this tunnel. It's currently about 60 degrees in here. we've got the tunnel all the way open mostly for us. It could be a little warmer in here, and so we could just lower this and keep it a little warmer.